Thank you all for having me here. Let me start out with a news flash. There is no requirement for customers to buy electricity from utilities. And there's certainly no precedent to require customers who choose not to buy electricity from their utility to pay for it anyhow. I think it's really important to keep that basic idea in line because you can't understand the issues that are involved in the net metering debate and even the distributed generation debate, in my opinion, as long as we maintain the false notion that there's a duty to buy what the utility is selling. I want to talk about three fundamental issues today. The first is that the electric industry is now telling the world, and I doubt some of their math and some of their analysis, that they can build renewable energy for half the cost of what customers can spend or would spend to place it on their rooftops. Two questions have to be asked. The first is, cheaper for whom? And recall when you answer that question, the second issue, which is that half of something, where I come from, is always more than nothing. And I say that because when customers pay to install solar units on their rooftops, the system's not paying, the utility system and their customers are not paying for that installation. The second thing that's happening out there is that many utilities are going out and starting to challenge net metering. And they're doing it by calling it a rich man's subsidy. They're ignoring some of the demographics of who's putting solar rooftops on and how leasing program has extended the installations of solar rooftops on moderate family rooftops. But the most important thing is what they're trying to do is to make it seem that the customer generator is selling electricity to the utility. That's not what net metering is about. Net metering is about placing customer generation in a bank, much like we place our money in a bank. And when you do that, what's really going on out there is a situation where the utility gets to use that electricity in the meantime, but the customer has the right to call it back. This is not a sale. This is not about avoided costs. It's not about whether it's cheaper to get it some other way. This is simply about the world in which we bank electricity that belongs to the customer, is never sold to the utility, and the customer under reasonable terms and conditions can call it back. Finally, I'll maintain throughout my presentation today that most of the tariff changes that we're hearing about around the country are unfair, discriminatory, anti-competitive, and self-serving because they're all about going out there to try to allow the utilities to guarantee their revenue recovery. Thank you.